boys are back. It's the big one. It's the Super Bowl weekend. We've been lining up this show for 2 weeks now. We've had the date set. We're ready to give you all the bets. All the research has been done. But boys, before we get into today's show, how are you both? How did you do last week? Tag, you first.
Yeah, I'm going good, mate. Last week, obviously, was let down a bit by Saquon's yardage straight away off the cuff. I think he fell short by 5 or 6 yards. But look, I come off the back of 2 back-to-back wins, my first time back on the show since then. I think it's going to win, unless I win this last Super Bowl bet, I'm going to probably end up just down on the year. But I feel like I've got a bit more pride about me, the fact I've managed to rein in the back end of the year with a couple of wins.
You definitely have tagged the. You give us some of the best playoff moments we've had, and you've saved me from getting loads of sticks. I've not landed one, so I think I've needed you, and you've kept my you've kept my Bet365 account looking pretty healthy. Anyway, I'll put it that much. Bish, how are you?
I'm good. Like you said, win when it matters. That's what counts. Back end of the season, but yeah, it's. I think last week couldn't have gone any better for me, to be honest. Full house, and I've done a tag.
Yes.
I've done a tag. I've got the man.
Oh,
the favourite Rams shirt, the blue with the yellow. I've done a tag.
Check yourself.
Check myself for the Super Bowl.
Deserve it.
Glad it came in time. So yeah, Daniels flew in. Saquon longest rush was over the first touch. Eagles had of the ball. James Cook got his rush in comfortably as well. So. Yeah, it's been a good week. Kareem Hunt got the touchdown, and I even landed a 15-1 TD treble on my TikTok as well. So on the year, I'm just under 20% ROI. So I just hope I can replicate that next year as well. So hoping to finish with a bang, and on to next year.
Brilliant, lads. I can't give you the same. I landed plenty in the seat. I think I'll give myself a bit of credit. I think I kept the excitement going in the season. Bish was just tugging away with 2 out of 3s. Tag struggling a bit. I think I kept it going, and then I've let you down completely. I think I got the Washington Philly game wrong. AJ Brown got loads of receiving yards. It was over there. I think Hurts didn't get his rushing, wasn't needed. Zach Ertz got the receiving, don't matter. And then the bet boost. Another shocker, D-Hop, again, wasn't really used, so let me down, but I've come with a fun one, lads. But before we get into the bets, I just want your Super Bowl thoughts. We'll just do a quick talk on the Super Bowl, what you think of both teams. What do you think of Philly, lads? Obviously, they've had an incredible run, bit of a patchy start to the season, but where have you got them?
Well, before we get rolling, I hold my hand up. Obviously, we're getting Josh Allen wrong. I think Joe needs to hold his hand up and go in there and apologise for the three-peat Chiefs chance. He's been against them all year, and they're there again.
Yeah, I have been against them all year, but I don't know. I'm becoming a bit of a hater now. I think after the Twitter, I'm with the Twitter ones. I think the rigged. I'm not saying it's rigged, but I were having my doubts on that thing when Josh Allen clearly got over the line. They ruled him back. I'm not happy. A few of the calls to get them to this point, so I don't want to be that guy. But I'm watching closely what the refs do tomorrow, so they don't get that three-peat.
I'll see what people are doing there. I just think, look, they're back-to-back champs. If you're going to take it off them, you need to go there and take it off them. Not on a coin flip. Go there, dominate, and drag out their hands. Otherwise, them close ones, they're just doing it too much over and over. The quality. With my thoughts, look, I've been a bit naughty, really. We'll see soon. I'm sort of covering myself a bit. Obviously, my bet this week, I'm doing a little builder tag bet. I've gone all Eagles, and the reason as well is obviously because I've backed Chiefs from the start of the year. I've been all on the Chiefs, so the reason I've got a bit of a tag builder bet, because I'm thinking either way I want to be celebrating Super Bowl night, and that's just me being fully honest. One way or the other, I need it.
Yeah, I'm just excited about it, and I think there's a lot of people, like you said, you get bored of the dominance, but I just think it's the excellence. I think in a salary cap sport, it's unheard of. I think you've just got to appreciate how good they are. As a neutral, I'm looking forward to it. I honestly can't split them. betting wise, I'd probably back the Eagles just because I'm getting even money. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. And for me, it's that Chiefs D. I think it's been a bit underrated. They've been winning games. That blitz that they did on Josh Allen, 4th down with a game on the line. They brought Trent McDuffie from the opposite side to where Chris Jones was. Everyone was looking at Chris Jones. So I think that's going to be the cat and mouse. They'll do the best to bottle up Saquon Barkley. And then it's can the blitz get home and put it on Jalen Hurts, really, I think. So that's the big one for me.
I was going to say one thing. The one thing I was going to say is, can you think in your head of arguably a worse sacking in history than the Eagles getting rid of Andy Reid when they did? And obviously what he's done since leaving the Eagles, he's already haunted them once 2 years ago. They go head-to-head again. As an head coach, I don't think there've been many more successful head coaches after his sacking go on done what he's done. And I just think the Eagles, obviously, he had success there and they was very quick to get rid. Just think off the top of my head, there couldn't have been many worst firings in the history of the game.
Yeah, I think he's obviously Mahomes adds to that as well. He couldn't predict him drafting Mahomes, but yeah, definitely.
Well, it's on, lads. We'll get into it. Bish has got quite a few bets for us. I've got the bet boost. Tag's got his builder. So, Bish, you've got the honours.
Yeah, I've got my usual 3. I got on these early and I've been adding to it. So I've got quite a few bets on. But my top 3, starting with bet number 1, it's Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions. And this I thought this is a great price over evens here. He had a quiet game in the championship round, but he's usually is all over the receptions. And the matchup, the Eagles play a heavy zone defense, and him just on the edge of the line in the slot. I think it'll create some space, and he'll be used. The last 2 games for the Eagles, they gave up 11 receptions to Zach Ertz in the championship round, and then 9 receptions to 2 Rams tight ends combined in the divisional before that. So Kelce's topped this in the last 4 out of 5, as I said. The one he missed was the last game. So I just expect him to be used often and early. I think the way the Eagles will allow Mahomes them quick short passes, and I think that's where Travis Kelce comes in.
Look, if it's the same as 2 years ago, this is cruising in it with that shootout they had. I think the only question mark I just think the Eagles' defense is better this time around, going against each other. I think Jalen Carter obviously has been unbelievable all year. He's getting double teamed and coming at him all day. It's just going to be one of these where it's obviously going to be a clean shootout straight away, and this looks like the best bet you've ever seen in your life, or it could just throw everyone completely off the scent and be really defensive and not as many points as people think.
Yeah. I think what adds to this is they don't run the ball at all. So no. I think Mahomes will be throwing.
Yeah.
I'll take you through my one, lads. It's the Joe with the Money Bet365 boost. We're still waiting for the sponsorship. If I land this one, they've got to come in. We've got. I'm all in. As Tag said, I'm keeping. I can't change my views now. I need to keep to what I've said all season. The frauders, the Chiefs. I can't call them that anymore. But I'm still going for Eagles. I've got Eagles to win. It's obviously I still pick all the options. It had Eagles to win. Saquon Barkley 2 or more touchdowns and 150 plus rushing yards. I saw this and I went, well, if dreams do come true, this bet fits the bill. It fits the dream. It fits what every fan of NFL wants. I don't want to speak for Chief fans, but I think everyone else wants to see Saquon be the man, get his Super Bowl MVP, and show New York, show running back haters, show all the ones that have give running backs and him stick for years now. And I think he's going to go win Super Bowl MVP. I think he's going to get a few touchdowns, and if he, as we've seen all year, if he gets that 1 inch of space, he'll hit at 70, 80 onwards. So I'm on him to keep his form. I'm on him to fill the dream. I'm dreaming, lads. I'm up in space, and I think, you know what? I'm with Saquon all the way.
I think, obviously, I've got a bit of Barkley as well. I think if we rewind a year, CMC was in a similar position, similar form going to the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs found a bit of an answer for him that night. They held him. He still had a good game from looking back. I can't fully remember his stats. I could be way off here, but I don't think he was obviously one of the favourites to be MVP, and he wasn't in the race. So you just got to think is that if it's close to the line, his heart's going to just do it all the time like they normally do. And if Barkley, they are stopping the run, he's going to start throwing the ball and get AJ Brown open. This is what I love about this game. It's you just don't know what's going to happen. But look, if Eagles are winning, Saquon's got to have a big game, surely.
And the one thing I think that is different, and it's not Saquon compared to CMC, it's the Philly offensive line versus San Fran's offensive line. It's just been unbelievable, and I still think that offensive line beats Chiefs defensive line. As he said, Bish, they've been brilliant all year, Chiefs defensive line, but the Eagles, and you called it from very, very early on, Bish. I'll give you credit how good their line was, and I think I'm going to ride that comment till the very end. I think they should be your Super Bowl MVP as a group, but I think Saquon's going to be the recipient of it.
I think that the beauty of this as well, I think the Rams did a pretty good job. He only had like 4 explosive plays, but those explosive plays went for 80, 60, 50 yards. And that's what it's going to take for this, I think, to get 150. He's going to need at least one big one that goes for 60 plus. I think he'll get the volume to be up to around 110, 115, 120. I think he just needs that one big run to get him over that 150. So, and as we've seen, it could come at any time. So, yeah, I think this will be live right until the end.
Like it, I've gone big, lads. So, Bish, take us through your second bet.
Bet 2, and it's a bit of a tight end focus again. It's Dallas Goedert over 47.5 receiving yards. As I said, I got on this last week, and I've had someone message me yesterday. This has gone up to 51 now. I'd still take it at 51. But in the playoffs, he's seen a team higher 30% target share. So he has been the main target for Hurts during this playoff run. Cleared this in the last 2 games. And the Chiefs, they're the worst team in the league against defending tight ends. They're giving up the most yards to tight ends this season. So again, I think, we've spoke about Saquon there, but the man who Hurts has been looking for and who might have a mismatch in the middle of the field will be Dallas Goedert. So I think, again, a bit like Kelsey, I think he gets used a lot. And the way he's been playing the last 2 weeks, he's been catching like 23-yard balls, 25-yard balls. So this could be two or 3 catches, and hopefully it's all.
Bit of a punt value with Goddard, Kelsey, both overs and both score a touchdown. If you need a bit of value, Bish is liking the tight ends.
I am.
Tag, take us through your Super Bowl builder.
Yeah, so look, I'm being a bit naughty. All my hands up. I've loaded on the Chiefs at the start of this season for the 3P. During the year when they went out a bit, I loaded again. I'm in a good place if the Chiefs win. But if they don't win and the Eagles win, I feel like this is coming in. So I like it. I think it's good value for 9-1. I've got the Eagles to win the game. I've got Saquon to score a TD and Hurts to score a TD. I just, in a big game like the Super Bowl, we saw it a couple of years ago, I just think Hurts is going to do what it takes to get over the line. I think he gets his touchdown. I think Barkley gets his breakaway one. I've got Hurts over 36.5 rushing and Barkley over 110.5 rushing. Them lines could have changed now. At the time, that was the overs on them both. I just think if Eagles are winning this game, Hurts is running the ball and he's doing everything he can to get them first downs. And I think Saquon, like Bishop said, is going to grind it out to that 1-5, 110, 120 marker. Will he get that touchdown? I just think for value at 9-1 and a nice bit of cover. If you don't want to see the boring 3-peat come in, this is a little juicy return for you.
I think, the way we are in the season, I think you'll see the quarterbacks running a lot now. There's no tomorrow. It's all or nothing. So I think Hurts gets that yardage. I was very surprised how good he moved in the championship round after that nasty knee injury against the Rams. So, with that extra 2 weeks recovery, I think he'll be, pretty close to 100% and be flying around. So, and the touchdowns, I've banked for a push. It's just, can Saquon, can he give one to Saquon and not try and nick that MVP off him?
Just quickly, Bish, on that, I don't think it was a serious knee injury. I think he's doing a Patrick Mahomes. I think I've seen what happens the last few years. You need to fake an injury, be the wounded hero, and then bring it up. And I saw no injury there in that game last week.
What was the famous one with Lamar a couple of years ago in that first playoff game that he won, where he faked the hammy, but he needed the toilet. He needed the shit. I don't know.
It's like the pretend torn hammy into the twerk. I mean, that's what we'll say. That's what we'll say from jail on.
Bish, take us through your third and final bet.
My third bet, it's Jake Elliott over 1.5 field goals made. And I just thought this was an awesome price. He's at evens here. They're playing inside in a dome, no wind conditions. He's hit this in 6 of his last 7 games, 2 field goals. He missed in the last game, very windy game. But indoors, he's kicking them from 59 yards, 61 yards in the wind. I think, as best bets go, I think this is the one. As I said, he's nailed 6 out of 7. Some bookies, you won't get this line. You'll get kicking points instead. I think his kicking points is 7.5. Again, I'd take that. So I think they'll get 2 field goals at least. The only sort of negative look at this is that they obviously go for it a lot on 4th down. So that sort of may limit his opportunities. But I think if the Chiefs can get him into long distance on the 3rd down, I think early on anyway, I think it's important to get points on the board. So for me, I think they'll be keeping that scoreboard ticking over, and my man Jake Elliott will bring me home a win.
I like that one, Bish. I think the only thing what could hurt it is if we go back 12 years. Just remember now, I've seen something on this. The last time the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, it was a famous blackout game. Let's hope the electric and it don't black out again is about to kick one and it all goes dark. It was the famous game, Ravens with the Nanas, the Harbaugh brothers going at each other. Nanas were on top, the blackout happened, and then Ravens come back. Ray Lewis and won the game. Last time it was in New Orleans. But no, love the bet. Like you said, Bish, I think this is, as far as you go with your best bets, this looks a pretty nice nail double money for the Super Bowl.
I like it. And then to finish off, lads, I've seen Bish has put his prediction in. Mine's pretty obvious, but we'll say him over. Who is your Super Bowl MVP? Bish, takes through yours.
Mine, and it's pure value here. I've gone Travis Kelce at 17, 16 to 1. I'm just thinking if it is a three-peat, other than Mahomes, I think it's perfectly set for Kelce. The way I think he'll have a big game here, quite possibly score a touchdown, and ride off into the sunset. I think if he gets the three-peat, I think that potentially is, he might just drop the mic, and sail off on the back of a great career. So it's just a pure value play here, I think. He'll be the first tight end in Super Bowl history to win the MVP as well. So yeah, a big price, but not one I usually do, but I think there's great value in it.
You go, Joe, you go.
No, you go, pal.
I haven't looked at this. You might be able to quickly look at me now, and I forgot to look. But the my value bet is any defensive player to win the MVP. 10 years ago, last time to do it was my boy Von Miller, Super Bowl 50. It's been 10 years since a defensive player's won the MVP. And I've just got a bit of a feeling that Chris Jones is going to have a big, big game. He's been very quiet, but he's obviously their main man in the Chiefs. Obviously, it's always about the attack. I'm not quite sure on the value of it. Normally get quite a decent price for it, but if I was having a little outside dabble on MVP, other than your obviouses, I'd have a little go on a defensive player to win it for the first time in 10 years.
I'll have a look now. The best odds is Chris Jones at 50 to 1, and then you've got Jalen Carter 66 to 1.
So that's my advice. For a couple of quids around and a couple of them big prices. And you never know. Someone might have a Von Miller type game, bit of a strip sack or a strip fumble return. You just never know.
Like it. Well, I was just going to say my man and give him again. That's a bit boring after these two, but I'll say again, fit the bill, finish the story if you're into your WWE or any. I think it's Saquon's time. He's the man. He's the man of the Eagles. I'm playing safe, lads. I'm all over Saquon. I think it's a better story. I like McCaffrey's story, but this man with his offensive line, he's just been unbelievable in the run. And I think even if it's not in the running game, he'll get it. He'll get some in the receiving, and I think they'll find a way to get his hands on the ball as they have done all season, or shine or rain. So yeah, Saquon Barkley all day. Bit of a boring one, but I'm all in. Any final thoughts, lads, before we run through the bets one more time?
I'd just say there's been a lot of talk about Patrick Mahomes and stuff, but another player no one's mentioned much is Joe Tooney, going for his 5th Super Bowl ring from the Pats and Chiefs offensive lineman. Just another guy who's going to create history. I don't think there's many more offensive linemen out there who've won as many Super Bowls as him. He's still doing it.
And he's playing out of position as well. He's covering at left tackle, so it just shows he's usually inside playing guard. So he's doing one for the team as well.
And the fun one is, lads, we've got Kendrick Lamar at halftime, so a guaranteed fantastic show. And then
don't say that, Joe. I know you're a fan, mate, but he's not doing out for me there.
He's won about 5 Grammys.
I know. I'm sorry. I just rather see Oasis playing, lads.
Everyone will be in chorus giving it to Drake. Poor Drake sat at home by himself.
Imagine if Oasis's reunion was the halftime show this year. Now that'd get me up. That'd get me up on my feet.
I've heard they're doing that for the grand final tag. I think that's normally the standard.
1895 Cup final. Oasis, let's go.
Yeah, well, lads, and I think the over/under on Taylor Swift appearances is 40.5. So, just a quick one: are we having a punt on that one, or are we staying away from the Taylor Swift views over/under?
Well, can I just say one thing? A lot of people are saying that if they win it and do the three-peat, there's big odds on the old proposal on the pitch.
Yeah, I think that's a great one for your Super Bowl drinking game. Every time you see Taylor Swift, that's a couple of swigs. That.
Oh, fuck! You'll be on your back.
You won't make it to our time.
Me last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If anyone at one stage will show the punt fans what they want to see, and Bish fast asleep snoring before the Super Bowl finished, one too many shandies last year.
Yeah, I'm pacing myself this year.
Yeah, well, I'm off the booze at the minute, so I'll be there sober as a judge, videoing everybody. I'll try and get some nice photos of Bish.
All right, lads, take us from the top. Bish, rattle through yours.
Bet 1 is Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions. Bet 2 is Dallas Goedert over 47.5 receiving yards. And bet 3 is Jake Elliott over 1.5 field goals made.
The Joe Me the Money Bet365 Bet Boost. Like I said, it'll be on your drop downs when you load up the game. Eagles to win. Saquon Barkley 2 or more touchdowns and 150 plus rushing yards, and that's 11-1. Tag.
Just waiting for it to come up. Here we go then. Tags builder for the Super Bowl. Eagles money line. Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts both score a touchdown any time, and both of them to hit the overs on the rushing. 36.5 for Hurts, 110.5 for Barkley is what I got. 9-1.
Brilliant, lad. Well, it's been a good show. It's been a great year. Like I said, hopefully Tag gets his bet and we're all up on the year. Let's have some fun. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday, and yeah, see you. Well, I'll be messaging you throughout the game, but hopefully see you soon.
Yep. Enjoy the night.
Enjoy, lads.